Hey, and good evening. It's Pastor Randall. Thank you for joining us for our Wednesday evening Bible study at Osceola Baptist Church out in Brown Summit. Glad you're here. Do want to let you know that this coming Sunday we'll be going back into our study on the life of Joseph. We have talked about how Joseph is a type of Christ, meaning if we look at Joseph's life and look at the life of Jesus, we see a lot of similarities there in the Old Testament, kind of drawing a picture to what we're going to see in the New Testament in the life of Christ. And we're going to go back to that. We've been away from that since right before Easter, but we're going to go back to that this coming Sunday. So I did want to let you know about that. So be looking for that. Now that will be for our in-person service. Just a reminder, the videos that we post online on Sunday morning are always a week behind. So this coming Sunday, we'll be posting our message from last Sunday. So then the following Sunday, if you're watching online, then you'll be picking up our going back into the life of Joseph. So just wanted to let you know to be aware of that and to be looking for that. Do want to thank everyone that's been watching online. We've had a very good response to our online messages. I appreciate all those that have sent me emails and have reached out via the phone and by Facebook and YouTube. We always appreciate the comments and the reaching out, and we've had folks reaching out for prayer. And please know that we are continually praying for those that reach out and share those needs. So just keep that in mind. We are a praying church. We love to pray for our people. We love to pray for our extended families, and we love to pray for our online viewers as well. So just keep that in mind. Tonight, I want us to think about something that's really been on my mind, and that is our responsibility as believers to reach out to other people. And I read something this week that I found just a little bit disturbing, and it was disturbing in the reality of it. And it's not something that we always like to think about, but I want to share this with you. This is a conversation between a drug dealer and a minister. The drug dealer says, "Red, when a kid gets up in the morning, I'm there. When they're off on their way to school, I'm there. When he comes home from school, I'm there. When he comes out to play, I'm there. They know where I am. Rev, where are you?" How about that? As Christians, where are we? So many times we as Christians don't reach out the way that we should, and I personally am guilty. My son and I were riding down the road just the other day, and we saw a car stopped on the side of the road, and after a while I came to the realization, and I mentioned it to him, I used to always stop and see if people need help. I need to get back to that. That's something that this pandemic has taken away from us. And I say taken away, meaning we've allowed ourselves to allow this pandemic to stop us from doing the things that we've been called to do. As Christians, we're always called to reach out to one another. We're called to help one another out. We need to realize that our nation is tremendously divided right now. And, I'm going to be honest with you, politics is not going to fix this problem. It doesn't matter who's in office. It doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. They're not going to fix this problem. The only way to fix the problems that we have in our country is if you and I begin to sit down and talk to one another as individuals, as people that genuinely care about one another. Too many times we want to blame everything else, but I can't blame me stopping or not stopping to help somebody on the pandemic. That's all on me. And that really began to set in as I've been reflecting on that thought and this comment, this conversation between the drug dealer and the preacher. Rev, they know where I am. Where are you? We need to realize that as Christians, God's called us to do better. And I just want us to think about this thing called compassion. Compassion is something that all of us need more. A definition of compassion. It means to suffer with another person. It has a very personal element to it. It means more than just feeling sorry for somebody. Compassion means that you are willing to suffer alongside of them. You're willing, despite all that's going on, to stop what you are doing and reach out to them. And I just want to give you one example. In the Gospel of Mark, chapter 10, and beginning in verse 40, it says, "There came a leper to Jesus, beseeching him, and kneeling down, and saying unto him, If thou wilt, thou canst make me clean." Now listen to verse 41. "And Jesus, moved with compassion, put forth his hand and touched him, and saith unto him, I will, be thou clean." Now there's a whole lot going on in those two verses, and I don't have time tonight to unpack all of that. But what I want us to see tonight, first and foremost, is that this leper was filled with faith. He said, "If you will, I know you can, heal me." He was talking to Jesus. He knew that Jesus could heal him. How many of us have that same kind of faith, knowing that Jesus can take care of our problems? So there's the first thing. Now the second thing that I want us to notice is that the Bible says that Jesus not only stopped, Jesus not only listened, but it says Jesus reached out his hand and he touched him. We need to realize that in Jesus' day, you didn't just reach out and touch a leper. That was unheard of. That was something that would cause you to be banished from your community, because then you were unclean. But Jesus put aside all those rituals, all of those rules, and instead chose compassion. We need that compassion in our lives today. We need to open up our eyes, and we need to look at the people around us. People around us are hurting. People around us need compassion. People around us need love. People around us need to hear and to see that same kind of love that this leper saw. Jesus healed that man because of his faith, but he didn't just heal him. He reached out and he touched him. I don't know how long this man had had leprosy, but however long it was, he had not been touched for that time. I don't know about you, but I need touch. I need to be able to hug my family. I need that closeness with other people. We need to realize today that this world needs more Jesus. And the only way they're going to get it is not through our elected officials. It's not through anything that this world can provide. The only way that they're going to get more Jesus is from you and from me. We need more compassion. We need to show it. We need to demonstrate the love of Christ, just like Jesus did. Jesus reached out and he touched him. Over and over and over in the New Testament, Jesus poured out his love through his actions, through his words, through his compassion. We need to do the same thing. Thank you for joining me. I'm Pastor Randall from Osceola Baptist Church. And if you want to go back and look at that, it's Mark chapter 1, verses 40 and 41. See what Jesus did with that man's faith. Jesus showed compassion. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pastor Randall from Osceola Baptist Church.